Ooh, auto chaps, you know who I am by now, I'm sure. It's that time of year again when I look back at what we've done on this channel in the past year. Last year I showed footage of the first time I fought the Shatterer, and this year the background footage is the first time I fought the Claw of Jormag, as well as some other stuff mixed in. Yeah, some people don't believe me when I say that I have footage for certain things kept safe, like for example for the Legendary series, I still have a ton of video files on my desktop that show me doing everything. So yeah, the Claw for the first time. This footage has been sitting on my desktop since the first week of Guild Wars 2's release. It's the first time I fought it, it's the first character that I got to 80, which happens in this fight, and it's a pretty landmark moment for my time in Guild Wars 2. I was going to use this footage to talk about Endgame, but in the end I never really got around to it, which is kind of ironic really, isn't it? Guild Wars 2 has a lack of endgame, people say, and I never got around to getting it. Yeah, whatever. So I figured I'd at least get around to using some of this footage for something. On to the point then, tally-ho! Patch videos have made up the majority of the content on my channel this year, and I feel like they are the only stable reason that I upload semi-regular videos. If there's a patch, expect me to have something to say about it. Admittedly, most of the time it's negative, but I say these things out of love for the game. If we praised every single patch as if nothing was wrong with it, then we wouldn't see improvements come to the game. Obviously it goes without saying that if I hated the game, I'd stop making videos about it. I still play for the patches because I still enjoy them. That should be obvious. Like I hoped to do last year, I did make some build videos. I'm not completely happy with all of them. Some did spark some serious debates in the comments, and some just draw out some caustic hatred from some people, but I'm a strong believer in being able to play the game how you want to play. The leveling builds seem to divide people into these two categories. They either help people or they draw out all the haters. I'm not sure why. Perhaps some people don't actually listen to the things that I have to say in these videos. A lot of the complaints that I get are people just not listening to what I have to say. They complain about things that I actually talk about in the video as if I hadn't spoken about them at all. And I don't know what to say to them, but whatever, you deal with it. And also, like I said in the first couple of build videos, the leveling builds aren't supposed to be the most effective builds out there. I only talk about the builds that I actually used to level my characters, because those are the tried and true methods, and you know that I actually had success with them. The Warrior World vs World sword build was a very surprising success for me. I never expected to get so many views on such a video, and I really hope that Boots doesn't mind me completely stealing the build. Again, thanks man, if you'd never shown me that build, I'd never have got that, so that's pretty cool. Another series that got a lot of love for me for this year was the Time Does series, where I record my friends and I going through new content for the first time and figuring things out. I feel like it's important to not only provide step-by-step guides to things, but to sometimes show that... just to show people what it's like to not know what's going on immediately. We all go through the process of learning content at least once, so it's sometimes just fun to watch other people doing it. At least that's what I think, and some people obviously agree, otherwise nobody would watch them. In particular, I was really happy with the Ara videos that we did. Granted, looking back on what we had to say and how we played, looking back on it now, is kind of terrible. Ara got a lot easier and a lot faster after we learned how to do it, but we were legitimately proud of beating that dungeon as a guild group. I know I enjoyed talking it all through with my friends afterwards, that's for sure. The Building My Legend series started up this year too, at least I think it did. I don't remember. I still haven't finished that set of videos, and I reckon that's one of my biggest regrets in terms of YouTube this year. I put a lot of time into those videos, and I really want to keep them informative, I want to keep them short, to the point, and if I can, I want to add some commentary. Of course I want to add some commentary, otherwise what would be the point? I want to add some comedy to them to lighten the mood, and often I'm not particularly funny, but you know. So far, I'm extremely happy with the information contained within the series, and again, granted, as patches come out, the information becomes outdated, or just simply changes, which makes it hard to keep things relevant. Here's a good example: dailies are no longer a good source of karma, so the whole 2 videos where I talk about how dailies are good for karma, not so relevant anymore. I do say that a lot of work goes into these videos, but really, it doesn't really take me that much real time to make one of these videos. I have to be in a good mood to do a video, otherwise the commentary comes out quite badly, and often I'm just not, so when I'm not in a good mood, it comes across in the commentary and it's really obvious, and I'd hate to scar one of these good videos with my bad mood. Eventually I'll obviously finish the series, but I'm in no rush to do so right now. I also did some more time capsule videos. I have nothing much to say about that series, though I occasionally do look back at them and assess how accurate my expectations are now, which overall was the point of that series, so I guess that's doing its job. I do have a Ranger video still to put up, actually, and I haven't made a Mesmer yet, or my second Necro, so there is still more to come from that series, but not too much. So that's all of the Guild Wars stuff I've done this year. Other stuff includes a Neverwinter video where I talked about how taking a break from Guild Wars 2 was refreshing, and I did enjoy the combat and things in Neverwinter Online, but for some reason I just stopped playing very suddenly after recording that video. I'm not sure why, and I don't understand. I just kind of stopped and never went back to it. I still reckon it's a good game, if you just want to sink a bit of time into it though. The combat's not bad and all that stuff, I just stopped playing it, and I don't know why. Half-Life 2 also popped up on my channel. It's still a game that I love, and I play through almost on a yearly basis. The two sections that I showed are for sure my favourite parts. There's some stories to tell about Half-Life, and old friends and all sorts of things like that, and I do tell a couple in those videos. Really, I just wanted an excuse to put that game on my channel a little. I do like to sort of do Let's Play style content every so often, but I know that I wouldn't be able to carry a game like Half-Life and fill the time with enough interesting commentary, though I do have something else to say about Let's Plays in a few minutes. Dark Souls made an appearance as well. When the game came out I saw everybody struggling to beat it and I got interested, and then I found out that it was a console exclusive and I completely forgot about it. When it came to PC after the Total Biscuit campaign? No, I don't think it was his, but he drew a lot of attention to that petition to bring the game to PC. A lot of people wanted it. I watched a few people who were actually good at the game play it, and I think I watched maybe 4 or 5 playthroughs of Dark Souls before I decided, okay, yeah, I want to pick this game up and I want to give it a shot. The reputation of it being super serious and a hard-ass game drew me to it. I wanted a challenge. However, you could say that I cheated, because I knew a lot about the game before I played it, so when I did beat it, it didn't seem all that hard to me. Of course, it was punishing, but if you make mistakes, you lose if you make mistakes. That's it, that's the definition of punishing, really. But it was also rewarding. Beating the game felt amazing, and since then I've beaten it at least 5 more times, including on New Game Plus. And when Dark Souls 2 comes out, I'll be playing that blind, so at least that'll be legitimate. I hope. I love Dark Souls, it's really great, and I was considering doing a Let's Play of that as well, but the same problem cropped up. I don't think I can fill the silences and combat with enough things to say that aren't just hup 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 noises that I make during combat, which I know a lot of other people do, but I just, if I can avoid it I will, so I have done. And that's it really. That was 2013 in a nutshell, albeit quite a long video so far. Of course there were some nasty YouTube changes to talk about, but that's been done to death. I even talked about it already, so there you go. My hopes for this year, 2014, are pretty much the same as last year, I would think. Plans include more build videos, hopefully. I want to finish the Legendary series, I want to continue with the patch videos. The other stuff that I've mentioned that I haven't finished yet. I don't know, beyond that, I think we'll just have to see, really. I also had the chance to hop on Bit's stream a few times and try that out. Streaming, that is, and talking to the live chat and things like that. And I would absolutely love to be able to stream myself. It was a lot of fun, having that audience interaction. It was a really cool experience, co-oping Dark Souls with him, doing fractals and things, but my upload speed is less than 1 megabit per second, so unfortunately, as of right now, it's just not possible, which is a great shame because I'd love to be able to do it. And there is only one more thing that I want to talk about. I mentioned Let's Plays a couple of times in this video already, and I once told myself that if I could ever get a certain game to record properly, that I would Let's Play in full. I also feel like I'd actually be able to do this game justice, well, with a bit of effort I would be able to anyway, because I feel like I know it well enough to be able to do that, and now I actually have the opportunity to try that out. It's safe to say it's probably my favourite game of all time too, which is one of the reasons why I feel like I can make a good job of it, make a decent go. However, the project idea itself scares me. It's also an exciting idea, don't get me wrong, but it scares me a lot. I'm being purposely vague about what the game is so that I don't hype it up too much as well, so don't worry about that. As soon as I figure out the logistics of it all, I'll give it a shot. But I'm worried about a lot of things. File sizes, editing a 4x3 game so that I can have something to fill those black spaces on the sides, upload times because, as I've said, my internet connection isn't really good, upload schedules because, as you all know, my schedule doesn't exist, I just upload whenever I want to, and there's a bunch of other little issues that I can think of, but most of all view counts. I'll talk about view counts in just a second, but issues like, if you listen closely you'll hear things like my headphones knocking against themselves and creaking and things. I have to edit all that crap out in a normal scripted video like this. In a Let's Play, that would just be a pain in the arse to do, so we'd either have to deal with that or I'd have to try and figure out a way around it, so there's that. And of course many other little issues that I can't actually think of right now, but view counts, while I know that may sound selfish to be worried about view counts, but actually that's not such a big deal for me. This LP would be more of a personal project anyway, but it's also fair to say, and you can't deny me this, it is completely fair to say that it does suck when something that you make or do or whatever, you put it out there and nobody watches it or looks at it or acknowledges it. It just kind of sucks. I feel like all my stuff does get viewed, and I'm happy with where I'm at right now. Don't get me wrong, absolutely, perfectly happy with it. It's great, but it's always a minor worry in the back of my head. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, there's that. You can probably tell I'm quite worried about it. Maybe I'll do a full Let's Play this year if I can get it to work out. Maybe? I don't know for sure though, and I've avoided saying it for a long time. I've avoided saying it until this point because it just might not happen and I don't want to get people's hopes up or make promises that I can't keep. So maybe look forward to it, but if not, then there's still regular stuff I'll be putting out, like the patch videos, maybe builds, and as I've said, whatever else I hope to do. And that's it for this video. I know it's been a long one, so for those of you that have stuck with it, thank you. And you guys that watch my videos are the best. And that's all I can ask for. I can only ever ask for people to just watch my stuff. That is the whole reason why I do YouTube. It's a lot of fun to be able to share my experiences with other people. And even if you're disagreeing with me, as long as people are disagreeing with me and not being complete dicks about it, I'm more than happy with everything that's going on right now. And with those kind of people that give me their time. The time's very valuable. And I'm taking up too much of it right now. So seriously, from the very, very bottom of my heart, completely honest right now, thank you guys for watching anything that you watch that I do. Whenever I say thanks for watching at the end of a video, I really, really do mean it. So have a happy new year, and thanks for watching.